student, and welcome back to the world of computer science paper 2. Myself Jyoti Krishna from New English High School and Junior College. So let us proceed.
We have already started with chapter 1, that is Introduction to Microprocessor and Organization of 8085. One session is completed. That session we have seen what is microprocessor, its function, and then evolution of microprocessor. In that we have seen 5 generations of microprocessor, how the microprocessor was developed till Pentium, right? Very important for the exam point of view, evolution of microprocessor. Let us proceed to section 2.
The 8085 microprocessor. The 8085A is a NMOS chip with 40-pin package, and it is an 8-bit microprocessor suitable for wide range of application. It is an ideal microprocessor to study because its basic architecture is used in more advanced microprocessor. The Intel microprocessor 8085, that is 8085 chip, has selected to understand the hardware of the common microprocessor and to illustrate the assembly language program. So here we see a functional block diagram of 8085. So here we have seen the pin. Okay, so here is the serial data lines, interrupt signals, DMA signals, then your control signal, status signal, then you see some arrows are going in and some are going out. And this is a bidirectional, going both the way, in also or out also. Multiplex address and data bus, higher order address bus. So this is a functional pin diagram of the 8085 microprocessor. Let us see the features of Intel 8085. So we are seeing the IC, the pin, the chip, 40 pin. So let us see the features and then we'll see detail of the pin, 40 pins. So Intel 8085 is an 8-bit microprocessor. 8-bit data bus wide indicates that 1 byte of data can be passed on this bus. So 8-bit bus data bus. So 1 byte of data can be passed on this bus. The second feature, 8085 chip is available in 40 pins, 40 pin plastic ceramic DIP. What is a DIP? Dual inline package. So DIP package. It has 16-bit address bus. That means it can address a physical memory of 64 kilobyte. The address bus is divided into two groups. The least significant 8 bits of address bus are transferred on the same 8 lines of the data bus. So the lower address and the data are being sent on the same line, and such bus is called as multiplexed bus because we are sending the address and the data on the same lines. We are reducing the hardware, and that is nothing but it is called as a multiplexed bus. The most significant bits of addresses are transmitted on address bus. Clear? To select the external memory or IO devices, that are, if you want to select the peripheral devices, the microprocessor 8085 uses IO memory IO mapped input output map input output system. So we'll see this also in detail. To communicate with external devices, is input devices, output devices, and memory. Microprocessor 8085 uses interrupt method. So when you are entering something from the keyboard, you are interrupting the microprocessor. So by using the interrupt method, the microprocessor will come to know that you are entering something from the key. You are interrupting the microprocessor or the CPU. The next function, the next feature is the microprocessor requires, yes, that IC. It is a IC. I in 11th standard I have shown you ICs, yes. So it works on plus 5 volt single power supply and can operate with 3 megahertz clock. So it operates on how many frequency? 3 megahertz clock and requires a power supply of plus 5 volt. In 11th standard, when you use logic IC, they all worked on the plus 5 volt. Clear? Now, in case of microprocessor architecture, let us see the terms, that is bus. See, the bus, when you understand bus, what is a bus? Bus is nothing but the transport, a vehicle that carries the passenger from one place to another place. Similarly, in microprocessor, bus means to carry the data from one place to another place, and they are called as bus because it carries or sends the data zeros and ones from one devices to another peripheral devices, from MPU or CPU to the peripheral devices, or from peripheral devices to the CPU. So that are called as bus. So let us see these buses in detail. So address bus. The address bus is a group of 16 lines identified as A0 to A15. So they are divided into two parts, the lower address, order address and higher order address. The lower order address starts from A0 to A7 and the higher order address are A8 to A15. These are lower address and these are higher address. It is unidirectional. What do you mean by unidirectional? The bits flow in one direction from microprocessor unit, that is MPU, to the peripheral devices. So who can send the address? Only the MPU or the microprocessor can send the address. So why this is required? The MPU uses the address bus to identify a peripheral or to memory location. See, if I want to give some message to your parents, I should know your address, then only I can able to give the information to your parents, right? So address is to identify the peripheral or memory location. Clear? So the MP uses address bus to identify the peripheral or the memory location. Their lower address are multiplexed with the data bus, means we send the address and data bits on the same lines. Clear? Because the data bus is 8-bit width and address is 16-bit. Clear? Data bus is a group of 8 lines used for the data flow, that is D0 to D7. These lines are bidirectional. Bidirectional, the data flow in both direction between the microprocessor unit and memory and peripheral devices. The MPU uses data bus for transferring the data. So these lines are bidirectional. The data flow between MPU, that is microprocessor unit, memory and peripheral devices. Is it clear? Address bus and data bus. Now the control bus. The control bus, it controls the flow. Control bus provide the necessary timing and control signal to all the operation in microprocessor. It controls the flow of data between microprocessor, memory and peripheral devices. The control signal in buses are input, output, memory, read and write. So this is nothing but control bus. So we have seen three type of buses: address bus, data bus and control bus. So the next topic is the functional pin diagram of microprocessor 8085. Well, we are going to learn 8085 microprocessor pin diagram. Oh my god, just look at this 40 pins. You might be wondering how to remember this 40 pins. Trust me, it is difficult to learn this 40 pin as it is for the exam. So in the exam, the question comes, draw the functional pin diagram of microprocessor 8085, just to draw 4 marks, proper labeling and proper pin numbers. So trust me, it is difficult to learn this 40 pins as it is. Today, what I am going to tell you, that how to learn all these 40 pins within a minute. And trust me, you are not going to mug up anything. This small story will help you to remember all the pins with the label within a minute. But wait, today I will be doing only 1 to 20 pins, half story and half story interval के बाद. So I will tell you how to memorize, how to learn pin number 1 to 20, and in the next session I will tell you remaining half interval के बाद. So let us start with the story. First 20 pins. Okay. होता क्या है, x1 x2 a boy and girl love each other very much. बहुत ज़्यादा एक दूसरे से प्यार करते. x1 x2 that is pin number 1 and pin number 2. शादी करने के लिए घर से भाग जाते हैं. So to do marriage they run away. That is the reset out. That is pin number 3. शादी के बाद उनके 2 बच्चे होते हैं. SOD, SOD and SID. That is nothing but pin number 4 and 5. बच्चे का किडनैप ट्रैप करते हैं. सो बच्चे ट्रैप हो जाते हैं, किडनैप किए जाते. किडनैपर that is nothing but trap is pin number 6. Kidnapper 7.5 crores डिमांड करते हैं. That is nothing but reset 7.5. That is pin number 7. लेकिन x1 and x2 बोलते हैं कि हमारे पास इतने पैसे नहीं हैं. किडनैपर बोलते हैं तो ठीक है भाई, एटलीस्ट आप 6.5 करोड़ तो दो. That is nothing but reset 6.5 to the pin 8. Then but again x1 and x2 बोलते ये भी बहुत ज़्यादा है, इतने भी हमारे पास है नहीं. Then they settle down to 5.5 crores. That is reset 5.5. That is pin number 9. Okay. So उनके x1 and x2 के 2 पड़ोसी है. They are INTRA and इंट्रा and इंटा. इंट्रा एंड इंटा ये इनके पड़ोसी है. दोनों हस्बैंड वाइफ है. INTR इज हस्बैंड होता है और INTA वाइफ है. सो INTR इज हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ. दे आर द नेबर ऑफ x1 एंड x2. उनके 8 बच्चे होते हैं. दैट इज नथिंग बट AD0 से AD7. उनके नाम क्या है? AD0 से AD7. एंड ये बहुत जल्दी जल्दी होते हैं. So they are very fast. That is VSS. Clear? So today I have told you the story how to remember this 20 pins. Very fast. Let us see. Pin number 1 and 2, x1, x2. Pin number 3, reset out, SID, SOD, 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 SID, SID, trap, RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5, INTRA, INT-INTA, and address and data bus AD0 to AD7, and very fast supersonic, that is VSS. I think now it's easy for you to remember this 20 pins. So in the next session we'll see the story, the remaining story for the next 20 pins. Okay student, let us see the function of each pins in detail. Now you know first 20 pins, easy to remember. Now let us see the function of each pin. Either draw आएगा pin diagram या फिर pins describe, explain the pins for 3 marks. So any 3 pins can be asked to explain for 3 marks, 1 mark for each pin. So first pin number 1 and 2, that is x1 and x2. The x1 and x2 are connected to an external crystal. See, a crystal is connected between the pin 1 and 2, that is x1 and x2, connected to an external crystal or an RC, that is resistor capacitor, or LC network, which drives the internal circuitry of the microprocessor. Okay, and it generates a clock out that we are going to study. So this is connected to an external crystal which is responsible to drive the internal circuit of the microprocessor. It produces a suitable clock for the operation of the microprocessor. the frequency is internally, see the frequency internally get divided by 2. So the crystal frequency should be twice the operating frequency. If the operating frequency of 8085 is 3 megahertz, then the crystal frequency should be 6 megahertz, double. Okay, so this work, if the microprocessor works on 1 megahertz, the crystal frequency should be 2 megahertz, twice the operating frequency. Clear? So X1, X2 is a crystal which is connected to P1, P2, and its frequency should be twice that of the microprocessor frequency. Clear? So next pin is pin number 3, reset out. The reset out. भाग जाते हैं ना, reset out. So reset out is nothing but reset out. It indicates the CPU MPU is being reset. So if MPU resets, so it sends the output signal and then it is connected to the peripheral, that's saying that microprocessor is resetting the peripheral to reset. So it is connected to peripheral to reset when the MPU is resetting. So when the MPU is resetting, it sends a signal, out signal to the peripheral to reset. So the MPU send a message to the peripheral devices that I am resetting, you also reset. Clear? Pin number 3, that is reset out. Next is SOD and SID. SID is serial in input data, that is pin number 5, and SOD, that is serial output data, pin number 4. So SOD and SID. It is a data line for serial input. So the data will be inputted serially from this line. The seventh bit of the accumulator, will come to know what is accumulator. It is a resistor, is inputted on SID lines. So 7th bit is connected of the accumulator is connected to this lines, and when the RIM instruction is executed. So when in the software you insert a RIM instruction, the data will be serially in. The SID lines eliminate the need for an output port. So we don't require the output port in the software control serial input output. So we can just send the data in from this lines SID. SID it comes inside and SOD is output. So out data, it is going out from the microprocessor and it is coming inside the MPU. SOD is nothing but serial output data, that is pin number 4. It is a data line for serial output. Again, it is output. Data goes out of the MPU. The 7th bit of accumulator is outed on SOD lines. So accumulator 7th bit, when we come, we will see the accumulator, and that the 7th bit, the address is sent serially out from this pin when SIM instruction, here RIM instruction, and when SIM instruction is executed. So when the SIM instruction is executed in a program, then the data is sent serially out. So SOD lines eliminate the need for output port in a software control signal. So when you want to send the data out serially, so SOD is used and it is done from accumulator, and by executing which instruction? RIM instruction, SIM instruction. And when for SID, when the data is to be inputted serially, we use the RIM instruction is used. Clear? So SOD and SI for serial input data and serial output data. Now the pin from 6 to 10. So we are done from 1 to 5, that is X1, X2 reset out, then SOD, SID, and that are the 5 pins are over. X1, X2 reset out, SOD, SID. Now the remaining, the pin number 6 to 10. Pin number 6 is trap, RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5, and INTR. This all 5 pins are nothing but called as hardware interrupt. They are interrupt to interrupt the microprocessor. Okay, so these are called as hardware interrupt, very important. So 8085 provides 5 hardware interrupt. So this trapped has the highest priority. So if this and this interrupt comes simultaneously on the microprocessor, then first it will attain trap. So it has the highest priority, then the priority decreases, and the INTR has the lowest priority amongst the hardware interrupts. The hardware interrupts is descending order of the priorities are listed. So it has highest, then second highest, third highest, fourth highest, and INTR has a lowest priority. So if this and this two interrupt arises at the microprocessor simultaneously, they keep on interrupting the microprocessor saying we want your service. So it will first attend the RST 7.5 and then it will attend the interrupt 6.5. Okay. If there is a trap and RST 5.5 arising simultaneously on the microprocessor pin, then it will attend first the trap and then it will attend the RST 5.5. So that means about priorities. So trap has the highest priority and it is decreases, and INTR has a lowest priority. Then the trap are among this trap is non-maskable interrupt. Non-maskable means it cannot be disabled, which cannot be disabled. The other four interrupts are maskable interrupt which can be disabled. So this remaining all the are maskable means for temporary they can be masked or we can neglect them temporarily. But if the trap is interrupting, then microprocessor it has to attend immediately. That interrupt has to be attend immediately. So that is nothing but non-maskable. Now this interrupt are vector interrupt. Vector means they have the address. It means when this interrupt are given, it is directed to the transfer the control to the specific memory location. So when the trap is interrupting the microprocessor, then it will go to this location and execute the program what is to be done. So that is nothing 4.5 into 8, that is coming out to be 0024 hex, because we are dealing with hexadecimal number system, so we are converting into hexadecimal. So what is the location? Vector location is 0024 for trap. That similarly for RST 7.5, that is 7.5 into 8 convert into hexadecimal, it comes out to be 003CH. So when 7.5 interrupt is interrupting the microprocessor, then the control will go to which vector location? 003CH. Now the vector location for 6.5 6.5 into 8, that is 0034H, and the last one that is 5.5, that is 5.5 into 8, so 002C, that goes to the interrupt location 002C. They are the vector address for the interrupts. Clear? So this question is very important from the board point of view. Give all the hardware interrupts provided by 8085, lists them according to their priorities. So you have to list them, you have to write the priorities which are maskable, non-maskable, and their vector address or vector location. Clear? So these are the 5 hardware interrupts: highest priority, lowest priority, non-maskable, they are maskable, and their vector location. Clear? So student, today in today's session we have seen the pin diagram of 8 microprocessor 8085, right? We have seen the first 20 pins, their label, their name, and we have seen the first 10 pins in detail. In next session we will be doing the remaining next pins in detail. See, because in the exam they ask you draw the pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor or explain any 3 pins in detail. So we have seen today X1, X2, reset out and hardware interrupts in detail. In next session We are going to see which interrupt in detail, what it is function is the trap, RST 7.5, 6.5, 5.5 and INTRA. Then we'll see the remaining 20 pins. Clear? Okay. So here we came to the end of the introduction to microprocessor and organization of 8085 section 2nd. Thank you.